Murray, I think it's time we start the year off with an update video because people need to know what's going on in the Peak Merch life. If you agree, say nothing. Look quizzically. Okay, here we are. You are watching Peak Merch. 2025 was a year, as business people would say, of headwinds, a lot of challenges. It felt like both the world, society, was throwing challenges out, and then we had some incredible personal challenges, some incredibly tough moments, loss of family members, friends losing careers. It felt patterned almost, and in these times, I think it's very tempting to put your tinfoil hat on and start shaking your fist at the sky. But I also ended last year on an incredible note of optimism. So I want to tell you what's in the works, and I want to explain. We are taking a month off from Peak Merch. We'll be back in mid-February, potentially early March. I want to explain the reasoning behind that first, and then I'll let you know what we do have planned for the year. So this will be a short one, but I hope there's some stuff in here for you to look forward to also. Let's get going. So why a break? First of all, I started this vlog in May 2024 was our first video, and we've posted every week in 2024, with maybe one exception. One upload failed or got flagged. The Budweiser Bush people didn't like what I had to say. I'm not sure. But every week of this year, that just passed, 2025, we posted a video. It was an accountability measure. It was by all measures a means to stay creative and to share my love of kitsch and ephemera, which, this office is surely no stranger to, with you all. And that's going to keep going in 2025, but we have some other creative things to look forward to. First off, my wife, whose father passed in October 2025, is putting on an art show of his work. He was an incredibly prolific and talented artist, and that's going to be opening at the New Canaan Historic Society at the end of October. If you're watching this and you're a friend or family, or I know who you are, hit me up for more information. The end of January, I should have said. The end of the month. So that's taking some time. We actually do have merch made, and I will show that probably later. But I'm thinking of doing a little documentary of the opening and of his work, and just a little video for the family that would come out sometime in February on my main channel, not on Peak Merch. Still the same guy, though. Still time that takes. So that's one piece. The second piece is I'm teaching a course on design thinking and innovation. The idea that systems and structures can be designed with people in mind is something I'm really interested in exploring. This is an online course, but it's spring semester starts in 2 weeks, so that's eating up some time. And I'm also writing again on my Substack, the Tardigrade Times. If you're not subscribed, I'll throw a link below when I publish this, and you can always just message me directly for more info on that. So all of which to say, I didn't even get into my recording. I'm making a new record, an acoustic album. All of which is to say, there's a lot of creative things happening right now. It's all good stuff. And I think between that and the winter time of places being closed and harder to travel to, Peak Merch for 1 month, 1.5 months, doesn't seem feasible. I don't think I could deliver trips and vlogs at the standard of quality that I demand. Believe it or not, there is some standard of quality on this channel. I try to go places where I have something to say, some perspective to add. So, but with that in mind, there are some places coming up in the new year. So I'll tell you about those. Yeah, so I mean, once we do get started, I think, coming back, blossoming, blooming in the spring, this channel will have a lot going for it. First off, in February, mid-February, the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia opens its Inside Universal exhibit. I think this may be an interactive children's museum, but this is a huge exhibit about the art and animatronics and imagining behind Universal Orlando and Universal Experiences creative attractions. I don't know the details beyond the fact that there will be some animatronics, there will be some storyboards, and it being a museum with a gift shop, there will indeed be some merch too. So I definitely want to check that out sometime next month. While I'm there, I'm thinking of going, I think it's in Oaks, PA, like 20, 30 miles outside of Philly. There's this weird collection called the American Treasure Tour Museum. It's some guy who collected merch and ephemera like me, housed it in an old Goodyear warehouse, and now it's a pop culture museum of crap, of tchotchkes and memorabilia, and there's actually a tram that takes you through it, so that just seems wild. Other places around that I want to visit, there's the Vampire Museum. That's in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, which also has the Mercer Museum. I've been to several times, but never taken you, and Fonthill Castle. All of which is to say, in these cold months, I will be getting what I can and stockpiling what I can. Haverstraw, the town over from me, has a brick museum. Brick making was, largely in fashion there, and it was sort of the epicenter of brick making. So I'll be exploring where I can and taking this camera with me. But I think, not doing so out of obligation will allow me some time to catch up, in addition to do those creative things I've already shared. Now, come March, the real fun happens. I'm back in Orlando with my main day job, hosting our social media conference at Disney World. We hope to have some creators there and may interview them. So I'll be at Disney World, likely one park, likely downtown Disney Springs. And I may even go back to Epic Universe for a day. I had such a great time there with Jeremy in June, but I think being able to explore the gift shops and the merch and the vibe at my own pace, and it's always different when you travel solo for these without somebody else, because you can kind of go on your own narrative tangents. You're not beholden to the group itinerary. So that's in early March. And then in late March, I will get a few vlogs from the Smoky Mountains area. Tennessee, Pigeon Forge. That means Buc-ee's in Sevierville. That means that Pigeon Forge strip with all its weirdness, the Moon Pie outlet, Moon Pie based in Chattanooga, but they have that Moon Pie general store in Pigeon Forge. And we're actually going down there to go to Knoxville, Tennessee, and the Big Ears Music Festival. This is a festival of weirder music, like avant-garde classical stuff, some punk rock and indie stuff, some country stuff, some jazz, but all these guys are going to have merch. And, I might even take you up in the Sun Sphere, the iconic World's Fair icon of downtown Knoxville, as immortalized in The Simpsons, right? For some merch there. So that just takes us to March. April, I will be in Boston for work. It's a town I know well because I went to college there, to Emerson. Class of 2009, baby. So I've never brought Peak merch to Boston. I mean, that's a new city for us. I'm very excited. Lots else to look forward to this spring. May, I can't really share everything yet, but there will be a wedding in New Haven. So we'll take you around New Haven and some areas around there. A lot of great breweries around there. A pizza. Maybe we'll go to Fox and Park. Who knows? June, down in Brooklyn for work, and lots to look forward to there. Also, Wilco's Solid Sound Festival. I go every 2 years. The only year I didn't go is 2023 because I went to see Pavement reunite in Spain. But that's an amazing festival in Massimoca. Tons of merch, tons of fun, good vibes, and a great festival if you have babies or are like a little bit slower on mobility. You can bring chairs. It's in an art museum. So that's end of June. July, I'm back in Chicago. I have tickets to the King Gizzard Festival in Colorado, so I'm thinking about a trip to Colorado if my wallet agrees with me. And let's see, August, at some point I have more vlogs to make upstate. There's caverns to explore. There's the shrine of the Mohawk Native American saint, Catherine Tekakwitha. That might be a weird one, but I'm a Leonard Cohen fan, so I'm determined to go. And that just takes us through the end of summer. I really haven't thought in earnest about fall yet. I know we'll be back in Seattle. I know we'll be back in Texas. I'll take you to some new places. for those recurring destinations. And I've got friends getting married in New Brunswick, so we're considering a trip up to Canada. There will indeed be many more adventures I haven't even thought of and can't even spell out for you right now, but I hope that just gives you an idea. Peak Merch is not going away at all in the least this year. I'm just taking this month or two to focus on important projects, my own creativity, and my family. So I hope you do the same. This is a year of renewal. 2025 kind of sucked, right? But we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. We're not queer, but it's a fun expression and not appropriating. But if you made it this far, I hope you're staying subscribed and liking these videos. I'm excited to keep them going, and I'm excited to keep showing you what I find and taking you along the way. So for now, I've been Just, you've been Patient, and you've just watched Peak Merch. Take care.